Hey everybody, this is Eric, Nobody Trader. It's 4:30, 2025, about quarter after 5 my time. I'm just gonna look at charts real quick and throw some levels out there that, maybe it'll help you tomorrow. This here's my disclaimer. This is all for education, and I'm simply showing you what I'm looking at in the market. Okay, so here is a daily chart, the NASDAQ 100 E-mini futures contract. And we had talked about the 660 area, right? And man, they dropped it last night all the way down this morning. We didn't quite touch the 052 level. Where did we get to? They got to the 100. They got stopped there. Got bought all the way back up. And then, let's see. Let me drop to a smaller time frame here real quick. Let's look at an hourly chart. So right here is what went on today. And now we're gapping up tonight. So I'm sure it'll hit that 19,956 level. It's close enough. Usually when they get that close, they're going to reach up there and give it a test. So looking at the levels, if we get above this 19, we'll just call it 1958, 1956 area. The next big level is the 2256. We did, if we go down, let's go down to even a smaller time frame. We'll just run down to a 5-minute chart. Now, profit's already updated for the night, but here was yesterday, right? How we just fought over this 660 level. They ran it down all night, dropped it off in the morning, and then we got bought back up down here at this, 19,100. We popped up, came in for the retest. The retest survived, barely. They were really trying to push it down, then it just exploded finally at the end of the day. So we'll see where it's at tomorrow. So if we come back down, we're really looking at the same ranges, right? We're looking at the, 356 area as far as, if we drop all the way down to here, and we still have our 657. So let's take a look at the SPY. Move this up to a daily chart. So on the SPY, we talked about our gap fill here. We struggled earlier in the week at this 552 level. We get above it. They drop it all the way back down here this morning. They'll blow everybody out, taking everybody's money for the most part on both sides, right? But we closed all the way back up here at the 554.60-ish level, which is pretty much the gap fill on that. 555 is the gap fill area, essentially. So that is still a level of importance. We have the 559.14. We got 566.27 after that. And up here's 573.41 if we really take off. But I would expect, let's go to a lower time frame real quick. Let's look at an hourly chart. So yeah, we got rejected. And then here we got bought up. That's a pretty solid close. I really don't like that wick. So we could still chop around in this area. Just be mindful of these levels, right? When they start breaking up or down, that's a clue on which way it's going to go. Doesn't mean it always works, right? It's a stock market. They're trying to screw everybody on both sides. Let's look at a 5-minute chart. Just real quick. So figure out what's going on with this chart here. Okay, so here we are. Why are we not showing what's going on right now? Give me just a second here. I'm going to try to figure out what's going on. All right, I paused it for a second. I had to find that setting so we could show the after hours stuff that happened. So yeah, we're gapping up essentially right into the 559.28 is where we're at. So if we go back to, let's just do a 5 minute. Actually, I'm going to go to an hourly. Sorry, it's been a long day. Yeah, so the 559.25 level ish is where we've hit right now. We'll see where it's at in the morning. There again, the next level above is going to be 566.27 if we get there. And we very well could. So I'll give you the level above that, which is 573.41. If we go back down, right, obviously the profit level here will be support at the 552 area. But we also have the 555 area from that gap fill, which is right in here. So don't forget about that. So anyway, I hope that helps. I'm going to do, what are we going to look at next? To look at Tesla real quick, see where we're at. So we did climb above this, the 278 and a quarter-ish, 278.50 level. Blow this up. Let me go to a daily chart first, real quick. So, up here we broke the 290.11, but we couldn't hold it. They tanked it. But we have this level right here at this 278.36, 33 level, 36, 33 right in there. Now, this is kind of a bullish signal. I don't like the huge, it's kind of got a pretty good wick out the top. As long as we hold this level, just don't start closing below it. I think we go further north. So we got the 290.11 level, obviously. And then I talked about this tail candle earlier in the week at this 292.02. And, so far we can't close above it. I mean, what did we close at today? 282.16. So, and this candle here, I mean, just closed right on the same level, but we got rejection there, down it fell. So you got 290.11 above. We have a profit level at the 301.72. If we come down, we're looking at the 266.50 level. And below that, we are looking at 255 level for the most part. Like I say, technically wise, we did break out of this downtrend here, but this can come all the way back. So just be careful what you're trading. Let's look at a 5-minute chart real quick. See where we're at. So it looks like we've had a high so far in the pre-market of 284.50. Yeah, you can see that, these levels work. All right, we'll look at one more real quick, nvda. And wow, that shot up after hours. So let's go back to the daily real quick. And this chart's pretty much a mess. I mean, all the gaps and all the, it's pretty ugly chart as far as I'm concerned. But until we break that trend line right there, we're not, in my book, I'm not bullish yet. We haven't closed above this big daily breakup candle. I mean, it's trying, and there's a good chance it could break it if the whole market goes north. It's a possibility, but we got to start closing up here and hold it. I think I talked about that the other day, but it pushed it down, but it did get bought back up, so that's a good sign. But there again, for me, I'm looking at hourly closes above the 109.82, say the 110 level. It's got to get above there and start making some headway. Above that, you got 114.15, and above that, we got 118.15. If we drop below, we have our profit level here at 101.24, and then we have 96.95 below that. That's where I'm going to leave that for now. Take a look at a 5-minute chart, but we did gap up into, we're not quite there, the 114.13 level. Or 114.17. Let me go back here. Let's look at an hourly real quick. Oh yeah, we gapped up right into this. So just be mindful that when they do that, a lot of times you'll get a pullback, right? It's going to want to probably retest this 110 level again. Who knows with the news and everything else, but just be mindful of that. And, our trend lines work, right? Profit levels work. And anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Hope you guys are having a good week. Please like, subscribe. You can follow me on X. And I would appreciate it. And I thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.